Hi guys, so today we're going to go over the sum of an arithmetic sequence formula. Now, I do have the formulas here. I prefer the first one personally, but you can use the second one as well and it'll give you the same answer. But I'm just noting that because I will be sticking to the first formula, not that you can't use the second one throughout this tutorial. So, if you look at the example here, a consecutive sequence of numbers from 1 to 30 is given. So that means the sequence of numbers goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 30. So if you notice, between each term, it's a common difference of 1. So since there is a common difference, we know that this is an arithmetic sequence to start off with. And then from there, I know that I can use the sum of an arithmetic sequence formula. So S sub n equals n over 2 times a sub 1 plus a sub n. Now keep in mind, we want to know the sum of these consecutive numbers from 1 to 30. So there are 30 terms in this sequence. So n would be 30. So 1 is the first term, 2 is the second term, 3 is the third term, so on and so forth, which is how I know 30 would be the 30th term. A sub 1 means the first term, which is 1, and we've already established n is 30, so a sub 30 means they're asking for the 30th term, which is 30 in this case. And just remember PEMDAS, so we can solve for what's in the parentheses before we multiply, and then we have 15 times 31, which would give us a total of 465. So if you add all the numbers from 1 to 30, that should give you a total of 465. Okay, make sure you note these formulas down as I change to the next slide. So you're going to find the 150th partial sum of an arithmetic sequence. So we're stopping at a particular term, that's the 150th term. So we already know that n would be 150 because there's 150 terms we're working with. Now, without even saying that it's an arithmetic sequence, you would be able to determine that by just going from one term to the next and noting that there's a common difference of 11. So how do I get from one number or one term to the next? I would just add 11 each time. So the common difference is 11. I also know the first term. The first term, a sub 1, is equal to 5. So I'm going to just write down my sum formula, and I'm going to note everything that I have to solve this problem. So n would be 150, 150 over 2, and the first term, a sub 1, is 5, plus I'm missing a sub n. We already know n is 150, so I'm looking for what the 150th term is. So remember the other formula. How do I find a certain term within an arithmetic sequence? I use the nth term formula. So a sub n equals dn plus c, taking a sidebar here. So I'm looking for the 150th term, which means I know that n is 150. I do know my common difference. That would be 11. And remember, c is equal to the first term minus the difference. So the first term is 5 minus the common difference, which is 11. So the value of c is negative 6. So I have everything I need now to solve for the 150th term. Just make sure PEMDAS multiply before you subtract there. So we have 11 times 150. And then subtract it with 6, and that should give us 1644. So my 150th term is 1644. And then from here, applying PEMDAS, parentheses comes first. You're going to just add these 1644 plus 5, which would give me 1649. You can multiply it by 150 and then divide it by 2, or just multiply it by 75, which is just 150 over 2 ahead of time. And that should give me a total sum of 123,675. So 123,675. And that would be my partial sum up to the 150th term. All right, guys, I hope this helps.